back to Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Fam the Fabulous. Okay, so you may or may not have seen in a previous video that I hauled some items from Hobby Lobby. Among them were some amazingly wonderful, rich, heavy body paints. And while the majority of the paints that I own, some of them are in this little shoebox tote thing, and a number of them are just really inexpensive off the shelf paints. You know, I have actually come to truly appreciate the paints that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Now, I have purchased another heavy body paint from off of Amazon, and you'll see that in another haul if you haven't already seen it. But nevertheless, you know, coming from like mixed media and art journals where you just put some paint on there and you just have fun, you know, it's almost like these paints are so rich that they inspire a level of seriousness to them and, you know, to your artwork. Now, by that, I mean, let's be clear, we still have to play, right? We still have to enjoy what we're doing. We still have to, you know, make a mess and have time set aside so we can, you know, become all encompassed in our projects. But I think when you spend a little bit more money, not that these were that expensive, on higher quality paints, and I'm no expert, I'm just telling you based off of what I've noticed, that the fact that this paint is thicker, which allows for some texture on your surface, be it a canvas or paper, it gives you more options. It does require some level of intentionality. Is that a word? Intentionality. Forethought. How's that? It does require a little bit of forethought because this is not going to dry quickly like, you know, apple barrel or the other ones similar to it. So, you know, if you're building, you're going to have time to let each layer dry, and you may or may not want to mix them with flatter paints or ones for this one is a higher gloss. So depending on what look you're trying to give or get, you may not want to mix it with, you know, a different type of paint. That said, let me just show you, because I picked up just, I think on my first round in, I picked up these. I can't remember. And then I went back and I think I grabbed a couple more. Because I was so inspired. I thought that they were amazing paints. Now, let me just show you a couple of the different brands that I do have. Okay, so I have Americana. I've got the Apple Barrel. I've got something from Dollar General. I've got some cheapies off of Amazon. I believe that is from Amazon. I don't even know where I got the Deco Art acrylic paint from. That might have come from some type of Five Below type of store. And I think there are a couple more that are along this line, but maybe not exactly. But so they were perfectly fine for what I was, you know, creating, and still are, you know, especially if you're doing it inside of an art journal. You may not want all of the layers, but the reason why I am sharing this with you, and I do have another master's touch, is just it's not heavy body, but it's a metallic acrylic. And I will tell you, this here set here has really come a long way with me. There we go. And always adds a wonderful touch to things that I'm working on. So don't get me wrong, the cheap paints will still work. Let me give you an example. So recently I was redecorating my room, just freshening it up for the warmer months. And this was a cross that was on my wall. Now it's a stone color and it has some texture on the opposite side. You'll see its design. But I've had this since before Josh was born. So, and probably before I met my husband. So over 15 years, right? Using this paint here, Deco Art, probably paid $3 to $5 for that. 8-ounce bottle. And the Master's Touch metallic paints. I covered it with the white, and then I've added some, you know, just distressed it a little bit with a variety of the different metallic paints. So if you look closely here, you'll see the rose gold color, copperish color, the gold, and that darker color right there. I didn't add silver in, but just giving it different shades. And this I was inspired to do this based off of some artwork, some prints, framed prints that I had purchased to put on my wall. And so I did not want that in my room looking like this. But just, you know, so I'm just giving you an idea that this is perfectly fine for some things, just not everything, as well as this. That being said, I use these paints. I had the absolute funnest, is that, if that's a word, session, just creating some pieces for my Patreon family. So I'm going to give you a close-up. Here's one of the little artworks that will be going out. And then I used this, this, and this yellow. And I also used the metallic paint. I love the fact that it has a little bit of gloss to it. I was able to have some dimension there with the clouds. And granted, this is no Picasso, no Michelangelo, but I think, and then I've got a little bit of wave effect going here, you know, just something cute, something that I could manage to pull off without it becoming an overwhelming project. So that was one of them. And then there's another one in a different shape that I did a similar, where you don't actually have the cloud, the sun, but you have the clouds and the sun rays peeking through the clouds. And I love the fact that it has, you can actually see some texture there. So created those for the family, and I hope that they will enjoy them. Now, again, I'm sharing them with you, only sharing this with you because they've already gotten it. By the time you see this video, they will already have received it. But I'm sharing it with you because it's just, I think I understand the importance at this point of investing in quality materials. There's times where I want to play and I'm going to mess around and I don't care what it looks like. Then there are times where I have projects and things that I actually want to put out. There are times where I'm inspired to create something and only a certain material will do. Now, I will tell you, I am not, you know, so financially stable that I can run out and buy the whole collection. So, but because I do enjoy these paints so much, and I'll show you, because I enjoy them so much, you know, if I buy 2 tubes each time I go into there, I'm happy enough for that, with that. Now let me just give you an idea. Let me use something that, okay, I've got an extra canvas so that it won't go to waste. I think I have an extra canvas. One second. Okay, so let me just squeeze a little bit out. Ooh, that was way more than I wanted. But I'm going to bring it up close so you can see. And then I'll use the rest to lay down in an art journal. I don't even know if I have one that's ready to be messed around in. Either way, let's Take a look. Now look how thick that is. It's not running. It's not moving. It is staying put. And that's amazing. Now, I'm not going to get a paintbrush because simply because I don't want to wash it and my paint bucket is not nearby, which it usually is, and it's usually filled with paint. I mean, dirty water. But look at, let me bring you guys down just a smidge. First of all, it's so vibrant and so smooth and so rich that it's almost like, it's like a dessert. Yeah. They feel like such a treat. They feel like a dessert. So obviously this will have to be my base coat for something. I don't know, but, and look how it lays into the canvas. Now, if you don't want your canvas showing, which most artists don't, my understanding, the heavy body paints are definitely what you want to go with. You obviously want to make sure you have it coated nicely with your gesso, but if you're going to build from there, it's the heavy bodies you're going to reach for. So I just want to show you what I'm talking about here. You can see around the edge, you have a little bit of texture there. So you get an idea of, you know, if you wanted to you could. Okay, so now that I've made a mess without much purpose, but I did it for you. So anyways, I am showing you these. I hope this is informative for you. It definitely is not meant to be an enabler video, but it's just me coming to terms with some things that, you know, maybe I haven't had the opportunity to, or maybe I just didn't want to look close enough so that I could see the reality of quality. You know, there is definitely a place and space in my life for the inexpensive, and it'll always be there because I'm always going to look for ways to expand my inventory and supplies without it impacting my household budget. But as I advance, I think it's prudent of me to ensure that the materials that I am investing in are providing me with the inspiration, and I'm able to get the results out of it that I want. And now some of that is user based on the user experience, their knowledge. Some of it is based on the tools that you use when you're using the supplies. So it's a combination of those things. But all that being said, I just want to challenge you to revisit the idea of investing in your art supplies. As you grow and as you become more proficient with what you currently have, especially if it's beginner-friendly products and budget-friendly products, I would encourage you to look a little further to the next level. You know, you've got beginner, you've got advanced, you've got professional levels of products. So look at the next level and begin to dream. What can you do with those products? And then become versed in it. And I stumbled upon this because they were on sale. But all that being said, I'm glad that I made the leap. Now, I may not be investing in the higher quality papers because I know how to work some paper. Okay. You know, but at the same time, you know, there's all different varieties and price points for paper as well. Just depending on your artist level, your style, your aesthetic, and what you're creating for. So again, Your budget should be based on what you can afford, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're inspired to do with those things, and don't limit yourself to just the inexpensive things, the inexpensive products. They may be inexpensive in price. Who knows? They may be a high quality product, but just invest. So I think that's the point that I'm getting to, is at some point you're going to want to invest in quality art supplies. Maybe not now, but I think that once you educate yourself on what those products are, what the pros and the cons are for them, you'll be better equipped to start to look for them at price points that you can afford. Because frankly, I'm not buying this for $8.99. I think it was $9.99. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait till it's on sale for $6.99 like I did this time and get a couple tubes, okay? But I definitely want these, so I will set aside the funds to do that. Now, I have rambled on. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little chat session, and I hope that it has inspired you to look beyond what you already have and to invest in yourself, invest in your creative sessions, in your creative process, because you deserve the best. And whether that is apple barrel at the time or golden or mead paints, you do deserve the best, and you deserve to enjoy the time that you spend creating. All right. Now listen, that all being said, you know what's coming next. Until we are back here together on Patreon and YouTube, my friends, stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative and crafting. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community, and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.